Hey, welcome to Men on Scandal. This is our look at every episode, or almost every episode of Scandal, from a male perspective. In
selected episodes.
In Washington, D.C. is Troy Johnson. Marc Clarke is in the liveliest city on the planet, New York City. And I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. And this episode is Season 5, Episode 17. This one's called Thwack.
Damn.
It was directed by Tony Goldwyn, a.k.a. Fitz. And it starts off with Lillian Forrester. Remember, that was a woman that he, slept with, the news reporter.
Yes.
Well, apparently she's going to what appears to be a hospital of some sort, and they kind of make the assumption, they being Abby, that she's seen her OBGYN and that she's pregnant. So she's telling Fitz that Lillian's pregnant, and in the middle of lecturing Fitz about knocking Lillian up, her words, she gets word that she's wrong. The intel is wrong. Mm-hmm. She says, but it's worse. And you're thinking, well, what the hell could be worse than getting someone...
How about this? Get it together.
but
before you go in and see the president, get your story right.
Wait a minute. What about the president not being shocked? Was he raw dogging there?
Yeah.
I thought I put a baby up in her.
Does if he had condoms, would it have the presidential seal on it, man? Would it be something like that? Do you slap the presidential seal on a condom, man?
The president said she asked me if I want to run up in her. I obliged.
not run up in her.
POTUS coming through.
You can see the condom's got the seal, and it says POTUS.
POTUS.
Right on the tip. It says, because that's where the seal is, and then on the shaft part is POTUS, man.
So you asked for a seal of approval, and here it is.
Olivia wants Melly to go after the Latino vote, or as Olivia says, the Latino vote.
Latino.
Go after the Latino vote.
You like that, Tony?
Yeah.
You like how she rolled that?
When she said that, I was like, what? No, Melly says, I don't want to be one of those candidates that tries to speak Spanish and ends up calling somebody crocodile by accident.
That was funny.
Been there, done that. Olivia also wants Melly to get Cardinal Suarez's endorsement. And the Melly's, of course, she's resisting this because she's saying, this Cardinal's got to give me an endorsement after what I've done, after what I've been involved in. Please.
What is going on with Olivia and these frumpy ass sweaters? What the hell? Did she sign a new deal this year with
Frumps are us?
Frumps a lot.
Frumps.
Man.
Some people that follow our fine program believe that she could be speaking with a baby up in her.
Uh-oh.
Maybe in real life.
Oh, baby number 2?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I heard her husband wanted to have a second child. That's what the rumor mills were saying a few weeks ago.
He is African.
Well, Abby calls
our own tribe.
Abby calls Olivia and tells her that we've never had this conversation. And then she tells her what the deal is with Lillian Forrester. Olivia goes to where Lillian is, which is also where Vice President Andrew Nichols has been staying since he had his stroke. And there is the deal right there. Olivia visits Andrew Nichols and asks him why he's meeting with a reporter. And he's ready to tell all that Fitz created this war to rescue his inside piece, which was Olivia. And Olivia doesn't know what really happened to Andrew. She says that, you had this stroke because some shrapnel lodged in your head when that thing exploded and all that. She has no idea. She seriously didn't know that Andrew had the stroke because Huck injected something into his neck.
He didn't have a stroke. He got a stroke.
He got a stroke. Yeah, he got a stroke. Olivia warns him that he's not up against Fitz and Melly. He's up against the bitch he left for dead. Well, surely we can communicate on a higher level than that.
Exactly.
Melly, Fitz, What would you say, Mark?
He was getting his act on though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Down to the drool.
Yeah, we got to discuss the drool coming up. Melly, Fitz, Cyrus, David, Liz, Abby, and Olivia meet to talk about what to do with Andrew Nichols. And Cyrus is giggling through the whole time. They're wondering why he's giggling, and it's because he has immunity. When he came back to work for Fitz for that month, as Liz pointed out, he got complete immunity to everything and all things.
You dirty dog.
Also, Tom got him a French tickler that he close in his pants.
That's it. Melly offers to go see Andrew. Liz, meantime, she suggests, why don't we just kill him? She's lost all rationale, man. You just can't go around killing people, or can you? Or can you? Or can you? You know?
And why is Luther Vandross, A House Is Not a Home, playing so much on this episode? A chair is still a chair.
Who did it best, man? Him or Dion, man?
Gotta give it to Luther.
You gotta give it to Luther, man. Okay.
Is there a question in hand?
There's some people who would say Dion did a better, job.
Yeah,
Man. So I'm just saying.
yeah, Dion. I did it.
Olivia has a dream about her kidnapping, and this is going on while Stevie Wonder sings "Don't You Worry About a Thing." They had a great soundtrack on this episode, man. Olivia figures out it was Huck that gave Andrew the shot in the neck that caused his stroke. And bad Huck. She chastises him, man. And he sits there like come on, man.
Whatever, I'm making another dose right now.
You know what I does.
Olivia tells Huck and Quinn to destroy any and everything about this war that was created, about her kidnapping, about Melly and Andrew. Get rid of it all. Meantime, Liz meets Huck in the parking garage and wants Huck to kill Andrew. And Huck says, I ain't doing that. But Liz tells him that if you don't, Olivia is going to be ruined. And that kind of changes Huck's mind a little bit. Mm-hmm. But you notice when he started walking toward her, she started backing up.
Yes. He put those stripes on her back.
That's right.
Back stripes.
Man. Meantime, Vargas's brother, remember Frankie Vargas is also running for president. His brother Alex creates a political ad that basically pimps Frankie Vargas on that tape, him disarming that gunman that shot him. And they're using that to create like he's the warrior who should be president kind of thing. Yeah. And Vargas says, no, I'm not using that, man. He says, it's dead, bro. Do people still say bro? Do people still say bro, man? What?
In the Hispanic community, Tony, they do. You're not aware of that.
Thank you, Mark, for pointing that out.
Tony, you couldn't say bro to your bro?
I couldn't say bro. Who says bro? Nobody says bro.
I mean,
I thought bro.
Teddy Roosevelt.
I thought bro went to bruh. You know?
Oh, bruh. Bruh.
Like bitch went to bish. Remember?
Yeah, bish.
Bish.
Yeah.
Yeah, bish.
You know what I'm saying? You son of a bish.
Bruh's a little more, bruh.
Bruh.
What's up, bruh?
It's more urban.
Yeah, but bro.
Hey,
bro. I mean, that seems, I don't want to typecast Hispanics, but I'm thinking that they're going to go with bro.
See, I think we left bro, man. We went back to essay, man.
Oh, essay.
I think I did get that. I think I did get that memo, man.
Okay.
Because I remember having to sign for it when the mailman dropped it off, man. Because, so
there it is.
Yeah, it is right there. Let's see. Melly goes to see. By the way, before that, Alex notices Secret Service agent Tom in the video of the footage taken the night Vargas disarmed the shooter, and he makes a mental note of that.
Yes.
He's
Again,
like,
what is going on here, man?
Who's going? What is?
All these little faults that are happening in these situations. You're supposed to be covert operations, intel expert, and you get caught on a video that ends up in a political ad. Come on.
Right.
Tom looked at the camera too, like, huh?
And he caught it. He was drinking some coffee and was like, hey, stop that real quick. Bring that back.
Right.
He did do that, didn't he?
Who's that 6'7" dude?
Yeah.
Standing over there by that ambulance.
Melly goes to see Andrew, and after she tells him that he broke her heart, Andrew apologizes, and then he slobbers a little bit, and then she cleans up his slobber, man.
Yes.
And she put her hand on the side of his face. Mm-hmm. He kisses her hand, and then he tries to put her hand under the blanket because he wants her to rub one out for him. He says it still works. It still works?
Wow.
Come on. She goes, like, Andrew?
Yeah, she's like, are you kidding me?
Andrew? What the hell?
No, Melly would have been the boss bitch. If you pulled those covers back and went for a ride, I'd be like, you go, girl. You go, girl.
Hoo-ah.
You didn't expect this now, did you?
She would have grossed him out.
That's it. You think your speech slurred down? Damn.
I can't believe you rolled my bitch like that. You don't know who this is.
Stop it.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, Mark. Hell is on the phone. They calling, bruh.
Yeah.
They calling, bruh.
You better take that call, bro. Oh, man. Melly tells Olivia about the meeting with Andrew and goes on and on about how this may play out while Olivia is having her kidnapping flashbacks again. And then Olivia just screams, Melly, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Just shut up. And let me do what I do best, which is, sleep with married men. Olivia goes to see her father, Eli. And she tells him her dilemma. So, see, this is the part that it's hard to buy into this, because she tells everybody who will listen that you shouldn't fool with my father because my father is foul. He's a murderer. He's a conniver. He's all this and that. But yet you go to him for his help. Yes. Knowing that if he helps you, you're going to owe him a solid.
Tell it, Tony.
So that part I just don't get.
And she keeps doing it.
Yeah, she keeps doing it. And he agreed.
And you know what? The funny thing is, once she gets her help, then what happens?
Yeah.
She gets out of the situation. Then she's back to, okay, now I want to kill my dad.
Exactly.
He agrees to listen out on Lillian, talk to her bosses about this possible interview with Andrew, but warns Olivia that when she's out of tricks, don't say I didn't warn you. And here's another thing. Why is Jake always there eating?
I was getting ready to say the same thing, Tony.
I mean, doesn't running the NSA, don't that require like putting in some hours? Doesn't that require like wearing a suit or something? Don't you got to show up and do something besides eat a sandwich?
Man, it's a lot. He eats a lot of protein, man. He got a lot of work to do, man.
I guess.
NSA for Jake means no seconds allowed. So you're trying to get I better get this plate now.
He's a member of the Clean Plate Club, is what he is. So yeah,
have some chicken, man.
Man,
that's delicious.
Huck visits Andrew and gives him another shot. This one knocks him unconscious. Boy, when Andrew saw Huck,
he was talking mess at first. I ain't coming back for oh snap. Yes, sir. Get snarky if you want to.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But you gonna give up this neck, all right? I'm putting this shot in your neck. You gonna. Andrew comes to in the holding cell that's under the White House. Damn, that holding cell, man. Do you think there's really a holding cell under the White House?
Probably.
That'd be the last place you would hold somebody.
I don't know, Tony.
I'm just saying, man.
Abby's there. There's a little small jail cell under 1,600.
I don't think so, man. Andrew comes to the holding cell under the White House with Abby, Olivia, and Huck there, right? Andrew freaks out when he sees Huck, though. He sees him. He's like, whoa, wait a minute, man.
Go ahead and get snarky while I hit you with this Sharpie.
Olivia explains to Andrew that she's trying to save his life. I'm trying to save your life. How much do you want, man? He wants $10 million to not tell his story, and he wants Olivia to rep him for his book deal.
Reasonable.
Meanwhile, back at OPA, Marcus has been trying to catch up with Olivia. He ain't been able to locate her. She comes into the office, and Marcus says, Cardinal Suarez has been waiting for you for 25 minutes. He wanted me to set this up for Melly and all that, and you forgot all about me over here.
Why you treat me like a second-class citizen?
Come on, man.
I'm a gladiator.
Mark is trying to grow that beard, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. He cracked on himself later on.
He's trying hard, man, to get that beard going, man. He needs to get some Scott's fertilizer and throw that up in there, man.
Tony, he acknowledged it was not a beard.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, when you get to the Fallon part of the show.
Okay, all right. If I miss it, cut me off, man. So I'm just saying.
Or was that the previous episode?
I might have been
when Melly goes on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, that was the last episode on Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he read his own mean tweet about his mutton chops.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. I remember that.
Those are not mutton chops, man.
You know, you got to call Earl Graves. You want to see some mutton chops? Earl Graves got the mutton chops, man. That dude right there. Them things look like pieces of land.
You got 2 Floridas on each side of your cheek.
Earl took it back to emancipation.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man. So Alex, this is Frankie Vargas's brother. He's trying to figure out who Tom is, man, because you know he doesn't look like some bystander. He looks like he's up to something, and he really does, man.
Yeah,
he really does. Lillian Forster tells her bosses about Andrew's story, and while she's telling them, of course, Eli and Jake are listening in because you know while he was eating the sandwich, he ordered a bug to be placed, you know, into that office at the newspaper where Lillian works. I guess is how that went down, man. Olivia tells Melly, Fitz, Cyrus, David, Liz, and Abby that Andrew wants $10 million. All right? No one has that kind of money. Liz does. And they're like, how you get that kind of money? She goes, I'm a Republican.
She broke out 5. I got 5
I got
million.
5. I got 5 on it.
Damn.
Melly's like, I ain't got 5. Fitz says, you got 5. I gave you 5. She goes, you didn't give me nothing I didn't earn.
You earned it 5.
That's all right, then.
But that is classic, though. You have 5, yes. But you're trying to hold on to your 5.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, you know what?
Yep.
I'm with Melly because Fitz's daddy gave her not 5 but D's.
Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, I have nothing else to say about that, man. So, so Olivia tries to. Fitz and Liz are going to pay the $5 million each. So that's the $10 million. Olivia tries to advise Fitz. Did you notice that he says he asked a question and she started to chime in, but he shut her down, and then he says, "Abby, what do you think?" And if you notice, Olivia was kind of giving Abby the side eye right there a little bit. I don't know if you picked up on that. There's a little side eye thing going on. And these two are supposed to be best friends, right?
Besties.
Olivia tells Andrew how he's going to get his $10 million. Abby tells Andrew that he has to call Lillian Forrester first and recant the whole story about the war and all this kind of stuff like that. He'll also have to agree to never tell his story. And so after Huck transfers the money, Huck didn't want to do it, but Olivia told him do it. Andrew says, you know what? I think I want $20 billion.
What?
And an apple pie.
And an apple pie.
An apple pie.
And I couldn't understand the last thing you said, but it sounded kind of nasty. It's just, you know, I'm just saying, man. So Fitz decides he's going to tell the American people. He's going to tell the American people he faked the assassination on Andrew to drum up support for this war. And by doing that, he's going to keep Olivia's kidnapping a secret. It won't be discussed. He's going to tell the American people what he did, and he's taking full responsibility for that.
Yes.
He's willing to do that. Abby thinks it's a horrible idea.
Right.
And so at Olivia's apartment, Abby's telling Olivia what Fitz is going to do. And Olivia thinks it's presidential. It's time he did something like that.
Yes. Tony, this is the end of the series right here.
Is that right?
That's the end of the series. That could have been the end of the series right there.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to be president anymore.
Right.
You're only going to be president for a couple of more months.
Right.
You got a house in Vermont. Y'all can go and make your jam. Olivia's not exposed. She's able to continue her career if she wants to.
Right.
And they can live happily ever after.
Okay.
There it is. The end of the
whole thing.
Enchilada.
Yep.
Right there. They could have stopped right there.
Right. Well, Abby doesn't like the fact that Olivia doesn't think anything's wrong with this. You know, Abby enjoys being a monster. Abby likes being she says, what's the point of being a monster if you got no teeth?
Exactly.
Well,
and hey, I like being a monster, even though I'm the smallest monster in the world.
I'm a monster. I'm a monsterette.
I'm a monsterette, the lightest monster ever.
What about Olivia? Olivia's like, hey, you know, hey, you can always come work. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah,
work for me.
And you know what? And that's what set her off. Olivia tells Abby, "You were never a monster, and you can always come back and work for me." Abby is crushed.
Yes.
Because Olivia basically Olivia basically tells Abby, "You were never a big dog.
Right.
Damn.
You don't know about being a big dog. You're never a big dog. You're always going to be Ed McMahon. You'll never be Johnny." You know what I'm saying? That's never going to happen.
And that's from your best friend.
You know, you're never gonna be Conan. You're gonna be Andy. You're always gonna be Andy. You're never gonna be. That's always how it's gonna be.
And let's just say that Olivia is not a great friend and not a great mate in general.
Yes.
Well, the understatement of the year would be to say Olivia is a flawed woman. That'd be the understatement of the year. Abby goes to see Andrew. He asked if she brought him his warm apple pie. And of course, obviously she didn't. She brought him a cookie. Well, Jake tells Olivia that Lillian is going to write. Jake tells Olivia that Lillian is going to write about Melly, going to do a hit piece on Melly to really make Melly look bad. That ain't good. That's not, Olivia wasn't expecting that. Now, Olivia goes to see Abby to tell her about what Lillian is planning, and Abby uses Olivia's words against her and shows Olivia what kind of monster she is. Mm-hmm. She tells you your hard pass is being revoked. You're no longer welcome here without my permission.
Oh, snap.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
And then she tells her,
today.
You're going to learn today.
Close the door on your way out. And then she just moves 3 feet to the left and stands at the window and looks out the window without even looking at Olivia again.
That's right, because I'm waiting for my tea. Are you still here? I hear breathing. Get out of my office.
Get the hell? What?
Get to stepping.
Marcus, meanwhile, tells Olivia later on that Cardinal Suarez agrees to meet with Melly. Olivia says set it up, but she got no damn to give about that. She really doesn't. She doesn't care one way or the other about that. Because if she don't fix this other thing, all this is going to be a moot point. And poor Marcus, he wants to be a gladiator so bad. They just won't let him be one, man.
Man, give him some love.
You got to stay at
some skills.
You got to stay at the kids' table. You can't come to the grown-up table. You stay at the kids' table, right?
It's too much going on, though. See, he'll be implicated when they all go down.
Yeah.
Into prison time.
Yeah. Then he'll be
be clean. He's the designated driver.
That's true.
Well,
that's true.
And Troy, I had to get your opinion now. Marcus's multiple colors. I don't know. For me. They did it with what's my man who got kicked off? Columbus Short.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He had his style. They had him exploring colors, and now Marcus, I noticed. I'm not really ever a fan of the shirt, the colored shirt with the colored tie and the colored suit. Just too much for me. But
yeah,
gentlemen, your take. He's got the snug, slim cut, multicolored suits now. Not multicolored, but colored shirt, colored tie, colored suit.
Well, you could pull that off when you're his size, but when you're the size of us, we can't pull that off because we look like wallpaper.
And what about the colored shirt with the colored tie?
Yeah, it works when you're small. When you're a big guy, that's when it starts to it doesn't work for big guys.
You gotta drop one of those off for a solid.
Yeah, you gotta go solid on something, man. So.
Two colors in one solid ratio.
Yeah.
There you go.
For some reason, I like the base of a white shirt. For some reason, I don't know.
Oh,
well, it's a classic, clean look, man. You never go wrong with a white shirt. My father used to always say, you can never go wrong with a classic look. He goes, them trends, man, they come in and out, but you get you a good suit, good classic suit that'll never go out of style. It's always gonna be good.
I was watching the Jackie Robinson documentary. He wore 9,000 white shirts. There you go.
Yeah, he never repeated a shirt. He wear and throw it away, man. So
that's right.
Yeah,
My dad used to say to me, "I'm not your father." I would be like, okay, white shirt,
Troy.
White shirt, Dad. White shirt, Dad.
Troy, here we go.
White shirt, Dad. White shirt, Dad.
Here we go again. We're like Portrait. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Men on Counseling.
No more. White shirt, Dad.
I don't give a damn what you wear.
Olivia calls Jake and tells him, I need you to get me into the White House. So using Jake's White House ID, she goes in. Just like that, she could do that. I thought they wouldn't even sitting horses, man. They weren't even getting along, and she got his pass to get into the White House.
This is some nonsense. There's too much fantastical stuff going on in these episodes lately, man.
There's some motion, Geraldo.
That's right. That's right.
So Olivia goes to see Andrew. This is a life-changing visit on many levels. Shall we break it down?
There's an understatement. Life-changing is an understatement.
Wow. While Olivia explains to Andrew why she can help get what he really wants, Andrew says, do you talk this much in bed?
Damn.
Are you this chatty on your hands and knees? It's like, damn.
and with a slur.
With the slur, Mark. How did he do that, man?
Body shots with a slur.
Damn.
Very annoying. I can't concentrate. I'm trying to do something here, and you're bothering me.
Does that big mouth of yours work as hard as it is right now?
Damn.
Yeah. 3 in a row.
Wow, body blows, man.
That's right.
He calls her a cheap slut, and that's when she starts to channel her inner Huck.
He called her a King Tut, but it sounded like
right? He goes in on Olivia while she flashbacks to the kidnapping, but it was him calling her a cheap slut. That right there, that was the trigger that had her, like I said, channeling her inner Huck. Because she was about to come out on his ass, man. And you could tell she was like gripping that chair, but she kept like 2 or 3 fingers up in the air. It was like, uh-oh. And that's one of the metal chairs you can't even find anywhere anymore.
No. She did an Undertaker move on him.
You can't even order those in catalogs, man. They don't even make those chairs anymore.
You see why, man? Things get heated. Next thing you know,
wow,
people are tossing them at you.
Somebody's brain.
Man, he asked her how much could he get if he auctioned her off again. Then the breaths start getting short. So she channels her inner Huck. She grabs the metal chair and thwack. There's the name of the episode, thwack. I counted 11 thwacks, man, before she stopped and she rested. And then she thwacked him once more again. I think he was gone after the third thwack, man.
Oh, no doubt about it, man.
Third thwack, he was done. But I went back and rewound it, man. And from the 11th thwack to the 12th, she waited 12.3 seconds, man.
Well, damn, Tony.
Is there a significance behind this?
No, I'm just saying that's just how it was. That last thwack, though. I think she had to rest because you know, slamming metal chairs on people's skull, that gets tiring. Your arms start to get tired after a while, man. It's like
especially if you got a big ass coat on.
It's like being in a home run derby, man. Your arms get tired, your arms get heavy. It gets so you got to rest for a second. She rested 12.3 seconds, and then that last thwack.
The leverage you have when you're wearing heels, it's amazing what you can do with a chair like that.
Damn.
She didn't even put her purse down.
Damn. She's got blood on half her face. Fitz shows up. He says he sees what happened, and he just asks, "Are you okay?"
No,
she's not okay, man. She just murdered a man in the most brutal way imaginable. She's got blood over half her face, and you say, "Are you okay?" Hell no, she ain't okay.
She's fine. Now he's got a real kindred spirit. You know what? There have been some things that have gotten between us, and we don't really seem simpatico. We're not on this. But now you've killed someone just like me. So we're good now. How you feeling?
Yeah, they weren't worried at all. She didn't have a worry in the world, did she?
Not at all.
Abby comes in and sees what happened. She's like, "Oh my God." And then Olivia tells Abby what you need to do. In 1 hour, this is what you're going to do. And then she looks at her. She goes, "Never cross me again." Ooh, she meant that.
I ain't scared of you. Wipe that blood off your face, first of all.
Man, that room got cold real quick.
Yeah, it did.
Man.
She was, in fact, her father.
Great point, man. I think Abby she shat herself, man.
You think so?
I think she shatted.
Does she have enough girth to do that?
Oh, no. But Olivia walks out with this look like, now this is what a monster does, bish.
Yeah.
Yeah, bish. Quinn and Huck pick Olivia up with a change of clothes, and they take her to Eli's house while Diana Ross is singing "Do You Know Where You're Going" or from Lady Sings the Blues. That was like, okay, well,
Look, y'all are running out of Motown songs. Y'all need to switch it up. Son.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man, that's cool. I'm saying. As Fitz talks about the passing of his friend, Andrew Nichols, Abby stands to the side with a mortified look on her face. It was just proven that she was never a monster. She could never be a monster.
No.
You know? And she probably thought Olivia could never be a monster either. But Olivia, you know, she took her father, took a page out of his playbook. She channeled her inner Huck, and she handled her business. I'm going to end this once and for all. Andrew will not pass go or collect $200.
And you know what?
But he will taste this chair.
The thing that was interesting about this was Abby really she had a masterful play.
Yeah.
She put her in the box.
Yeah.
And if she hadn't, you know, I mean, you got to give it to Olivia.
Yeah.
She got in that building on some BS. but when she got in there, she took care of business. She had one shot.
Man.
One shot to make it happen.
Yep.
And she did it.
Man.
So is there any way Abby could still have her as a friend, or is it different?
I don't think their friendship will ever be the same, but not because of that. I think the friendship won't be the same from when Olivia says, "Yeah, you can come back and work for me." I think that right there damaged the friendship beyond repair.
Come on, you can't square this relationship away.
No. And then after what Olivia did and Abby saw, that just adds more to the fact that, you know, they might be cool, but they're never gonna be like cool. You know what I'm saying?
And they can't meet in a room full of chairs. You know that.
That's it.
I'm gonna meet you at that park bench, and I need a chair that's stuck to the ground.
Agent Tom and Cyrus are in bed watching all the tributes on TV.
Brownies.
We're eating brownies.
Damn.
So now we know it's official.
Yeah.
And so does Alex Vargas, because he took a picture of them kind of like in a semi-embrace outside the hotel, and then he goes to Cyrus's house where Michael is and tells Michael that Cyrus is at a hotel with his side piece, and he shows him the picture.
Damn. I'm telling.
And why is Michael devastated? Because it was never really a relationship with Cyrus. Cyrus felt sorry for him after his father, you know, basically disowned Michael for being gay, and Cyrus felt sorry for him and says, "You can stay here." You know, remember that? So they never were really like a couple.
Yeah, but I mean, damn, he was taking care of the baby, taking care of the black child.
Yeah, but Ella's 27 years old now. Ella's 27, man. I don't know. Marcus doesn't believe how Andrew died, and tells Huck and Quinn to stop protecting him and keep him out of the loop. And they're like, "Go get us something to eat, man." just like, go get us something to eat, Pee Wee. If you want to hang with the big dogs, you can't pee like a puppy. Now go on, man. Meantime, Olivia's at Eli's house. Eli opens up the door and tells Olivia, "Welcome home." Does he know yet? When he said welcome home, did he already know what she did to Andrew?
He knows everything, Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, how could he know that? Because they're under the White House in this room. The only 3 people who were in the room, or 4 people counting Andrew, were him, Andrew, Olivia, Fitz, and Abby. And I can't see anyway. Andrew ain't gonna talk, obviously, and the other 3, what are they gonna say?
Rowan put a pressure sensor on the chair. In a violent manner, he would understand. Wow, the readings on this chair, it's crazy.
And it was kind of cold, though. He says, "Welcome home." He just turns around, leaves the door wide open, turns around like, "Come in if you want to." You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Jake's here eating a sandwich.
Right.
Yeah, if you want to come in, come in.
The funny thing is Olivia turned Abby into a bitch, and then Rowan turned other guy, the congressman, into a bitch. So they had their workouts to show.
Well, yeah, they did.
Oh, was that also the last episode?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, Olivia turned Abby into a bitch, and then she de-bitched her.
Damn, is that the first de-bitching we've seen? It's like deboning a fish.
It's reversible.
Yeah, I was like, you know, that's. So that's the episode, man. Tell me what I missed.
You got it all, Tony.
Thwack.
I don't know if I agree with that Thwack title. And that doesn't really go so much with all the damage that she did with that chair.
Well,
Troy, I think actually it was he said snacks earlier. And it sounded like Thwack.
on Thwack. I mean, what could have they called it? Have several seats? I don't know.
That's perfect, Tony.
have several seats. No, really. No, really.
A row full of seats.
Yes. Wow.
A chair is still a chair.
A chair is still a chair. That's what they should have played right there when that was going on.
Damn. I tell you what though, Tony, your girlfriend was looking right though.
Who, Melly?
Old Melly was those little blue eyes and that little shape was working.
Man, that girl's got curves and slopes. You hear what I'm saying? You hear me? You hear what I'm telling you? You hear me?
What you saying, son?
She's got curves and that dark hair with those blue eyes, man.
I don't know. Olivia doesn't have her old swagger back. Maybe it's coming after this chair thing, but that
Well, are you going to tell her? I'm not telling her. I'm not going to tell.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself.
I'll tell her in an empty room, but I'm not telling her anywhere near a chair.
That yellow coat was kind of a return.
Yeah.
But she kind of had on some modest blouses, kind of blousey.
But Mark, I wonder, Mark, if there's a psychology behind that, though.
I think so. Like she's going through a slight depression.
Well, I mean, even to the point where her wardrobe, what kind of message it sends, like the viewers.
I think so. I definitely feel her struggling.
Or maybe they were like, we can't. I know the blood is fake, but we can't get this fake blood on these clothes. They got to go back to the store.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something like that, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, there's something up with these coats, though.
These coats.
Too many coats again.
These coats, man. I don't know. Anyway, that's the episode. If you would like to share it, that'd be great. If you want to give it a thumbs up on YouTube, you can do that too. I think this is one of the more exciting episodes, man. It was just like, especially that, when she went in that room. I mean, who knew she was going to do that?
Yeah.
Who knew that she was going to thwack that guy to death, man?
I don't need a psychiatrist. Oh hell, yes you do.
So
you got that one wrong.
Wow. I always wonder on something like that was as intense as that was. How many takes did they have to do this in? I would love to know that.
Wow, that's a good question.
Mark, you got Shonda's number, don't you? You're in New York. You know people. You know movers and shakers, man.
Hey, man. And by the way, Shonda looks great, man, with her weight loss.
She does look good. She does look good. And somebody told me that her book is really, really good. I've been thinking about putting it in layaway.
She definitely has to be, she's on the path to be like one of the most successful, producers, writers, in this generation, man.
I think that path is over. I think she's already past that, man. I think she's achieved that, man.
When all's said and done, they'll reflect on that.
I mean, have you watched her new show, The Catch, or Catch Me If You Can, or whatever it's called?
No, my mother-in-law loves it.
It's a great show.
Is it?
It's a great show, yeah. And that's a good-looking middle-aged woman. I shouldn't even say she's middle. She's not middle-aged. She's an older woman, but she's pretty hot.
It's a hot,
yeah, man.
Yeah. So,
once again for Tony, Troy, it always goes down to good-looking chicks.
He likes it. Yeah, that's what he likes.
Well, I'm married to one.
You are. I'm
married to just a woman who's, man.
She's a beautiful woman.
I look at her. I'm like, damn. What were you thinking? Would you lose a bet? Is that how you ended up? When you lost a bet, you ended up with me? Really? Wow.
We've all been, even Troy. I mean, with Troy, when Troy was married, we've all had beautiful wives.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, that's true.
Had whatever.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, well, there you go. That's the episode Thwack in Washington D.C., the nation's capital, where the setting is for Scandal. That's Troy Johnson. Marc Clarke, the audio version only, is what we have based in New York City. And I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. Thanks for watching Men on Scandal, and we'll see you next time.